right, ready? Food for thought. First, thank you. Hundreds of thousands of you watched me say that what I saw during the eclipse reminded me that we care about one another in this country, that's the reality. However, too many of you think that I was just being nice, playing the optimist, seeing things how I wish they were, but ignoring the reality that is social discord, darker than even a total eclipse of the sun. Well, my brothers and sisters, here is the truth. There is a lie. It is told often and widely. There is a deep deception motivated by many parties. There is fake news. But it is not me telling you that this country has a lot more that brings us together than keeps us apart. The lie is the division that you're being sold. It is grossly exaggerated at best and outright manufactured in the main, and the people behind it in the established corridors of power know what they're doing. And they know it's working, and it is. It's making the many assume the mentality and motivations of the few. Now, I'm not saying there's not outrage, that we don't have problems. I'm saying it's blown out of proportion. Why? That's easy. To advantage the poison two-party system and to drive clicks, to drive likes by people with these cottage businesses on social media looking for popularity because it means profit for them. But it is not a reflection of the reality in this country. Now, I have been trying to relay this piecemeal. I'll flag a Harvard study that shows, despite how radical the left seems on Twitter, 80% of Democrats identify as what? Center-left. When you look at the issues of what people think they're going to vote on at this point, and we'll see, things can change, right? It's going to be a long summer that way. Immigration. Usually it's the economy, boom. But immigration has been conflated with the economics and national security. Common concern for both parties. So I've been trying, but Axios succeeded, okay? Dusty sent me a piece from them today. They did me one better. They aggregated all of these common concerns that show that I don't care whether you think your neighbor is a Trumper or a Brandon or a Biden or whatever you want to say about each other. When it comes right down to it, you care about the same things and often in the same way. Not only are we being fringe-fed ideas that take exceptions to the rule and make them the rule, like ugly cases of crime by migrants. They happen, but they're not the root of our crime problem. Generalizations about Christians being white supremacists or Jewish people or college campuses or kids. Sure, a lot of bad stuff is happening, but it is not the rule. We're taking exceptions and they are being used to scare you to death about one another as a distraction from all of these common interests. Why? It's easier. It's easier to rule when people are afraid and looking for a boogeyman and to be protected instead of looking for progress. So what is the reality? Most of us are for reproductive rights. Most of us are not watching MSNBC or Fox to ignite tribal warfare. Almost nobody is watching cable news. In truth, most are looking for distractions from cable news. The truth? There is a silent or silenced majority looking on at all the crazy and thinking, I don't recognize this place or these people, and you shouldn't. My assertion that we're far more knitted together by common concerns than the confrontations that are conjured by the parties and the press is the truth. Here's the proof. The immigration being a top concern for both sides, yet no action. Why? Because they're playing to the fringe and banking on division to distract us from the fact that they're not making deals to address those common concerns. This is easier for them. Democracy. Put up the graphic. Democracy. Voting. Guns. Religion. Reproductive rights. Guns is right to bear arms, right? Free press. 90%. 90%. High 80s. 80%. This is the truth. This is the reality. You're not crazy. And no, the devil is not in the details. No, no, it's not. The devil is in who and why we are being convinced we are too divided to do anything but demonize and stop the other side. More of you do not want to be in either tribe than those who do. This single fact slaps the fiction that we're divided in the face. More of you are independent, over 40%, a plurality, more than either party identifies. More than either of them. The game ignores you, though. Why? Because the game is about advantage, getting and retaining power in the parties, not about progress. That's too hard. So see it. Think about it. Reject the division. It is not the reality. It is not the majority. We are not lost. You are being lied to, and too many in the media play along for good reason, bad reason, no reason. But don't get it twisted. This is a nation still. And the sooner that you in the majority sees that left and right have obscured what is reasonable, what you've always known makes sense, that our politics is allowed to play by rules that are found nowhere else in your life. Wouldn't work at work, wouldn't work at home, wouldn't work with whoever you live with, or with your kids, or with your friendships. Only politics is allowed this indulgence of perversity, of obscuring reality and getting away with it. Don't be a sucker. Force those who want power, who want you to invest in them, the agency of interest in your rights and privileges and what you need in this country. Force power to perform and not merely scare you about what happens if it isn't them. Be obsessed with policy, not personal peccadillos and boogeymen. You have the truth on your side. Now, that doesn't mean we aren't being damaged by being force-fed division. It works. It works. Negativity is often a powerful proxy for actual insights into what needs to happen. The efforts to divide are working, and we see this fueled in mistrust and distrust for good reason and for bad reason. Government has been proving to us that all they want to do is just fight with each other, and that our institutions may get caught up in that game. And as a result, you don't trust them. You don't trust government. You don't trust churches. You don't trust organized anything. You don't trust corporations, and you sure as hell don't trust the media. So let's get after it. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.